We open the episode as we see Stegron going through police and get closer and closer to Briggs Industries. The guards build a blockade in front of the building and get ready to fight as people are being evacuated and Stegron is getting closer. We cut to Briggs in the security room and he looks to see where Stegron is. Location on Stegron? It looks like he is 6 blocks away and moving fast. Briggs grabs a microphone and turns it on so that his guards in the front can hear. Alright men, listen up. Your goal is to not allow that monster to get inside this building at any cost. As Briggs is continuing his speech, we see Vicente and Eva walk around the frantic people with their heads down. Alright, we're about to be inside. Briggs' men are all outside in the front, but I know for a fact that we'll have a few men inside protecting him. Yeah, we just gotta wait for our moment to get inside. Vicente and Eva walk past frantic people and they go through an alleyway to find some cover. Eva looks at Vicente. Why are you helping us? When you three first came to me and told me what happened to Isaac and Jessica, I felt like I needed to do something, but I just didn't know what I could do. Now I know that to find my son, I need to help my grandson, and that's what I'm here to do. That's a good reason. Are you ready? Eva nods. She grabs her phone and calls Julian. We cut to Gloria and Julian as they are driving across LA and Julian gets a call from Eva and he answers it. Hey Eva, are you guys in position? Yeah, we are. What about you and Mom? Yeah, we just made it to our position. That's good. Is Humberto en route? Yeah, I just got a message from him saying that it's time. Also, that the clothing I gave him kind of feels tight. Well, you did give him your gymnastic clothes from a year ago. It was the only thing that I could find that wouldn't get destroyed when he transforms his body to a different freaking dinosaur every 5 seconds. Well, either way, once Humberto gives us the signal, that's when we go in. Alright, I'll keep you posted. Julian hangs up the phone and checks the news to keep track of Stegron. Are you sure this plan's going to work, son? Hopefully. We cut back to Stegron as he is destroying the LAPD and he is getting closer to Briggs Industries. Briggs sees that at the security cameras that he's getting close. Stegron is standing right in front of the blockade and smiles. You think this will stop me, Briggs? Stegron begins to walk towards the blockade, but a cop shoots him from behind and he turns around. The cop looks scared as Stegron walks towards him. That was a mistake. Stegron lifts his foot up into the air and is about to kill the cop until a car comes flying from the air and hits Stegron. But he punches it out of the way as Humberto flies in and grabs the cop and gets him away from Stegron. Humberto puts the officer down and the officer nods at him. Humberto flies back into the air and Stegron sees him. You never know when to quit, do you? Well, that's what happens when you're born stubborn. Stegron, please don't do this. We can make Briggs pay for what he's done, but not like this. You don't get it, do you? Briggs will never be stopped unless he dies. Well, then I'm sorry for doing this. Humberto flies around and launches himself towards Stegron, knocking him to the ground. We cut to Julian and Gloria as Julian sees Humberto on the news and he grabs his phone. Alright, it's time. Julian texts Eva and tells her it's time. Eva receives the text message and signals Vicente. Vicente nods. Eva and Vicente walk out of the alleyway and they walk quietly past the blockade and get inside. Well, that was easy. You never say those words on a mission. We cut back to Humberto and Stegron fighting each other. Humberto lands and his legs turn into those of a velociraptor and moves around Stegron to hit him in different areas of his body. Stegron predicts where Humberto is going to move and he grabs him by the head and throws him to the side. Humberto turns his arms into pterodactyl wings and flies to the sky. Why are you fighting against me? I'm not fighting against you. Do you genuinely think that killing Briggs will bring you peace? Humberto forms a tail and begins to throw debris at Stegron and it's beginning to annoy him. I will never be at peace as long as Briggs is here. Listen, I know you hate him for your family's death, but the serum is affecting you. You're not a murderer, Stegron. You're a good man. Don't let the serum take the good that is in you away. This isn't what Amelia and Kyle would have wanted. Don't say their names! Stegron grabs Humberto's tail and pulls Humberto toward him. Stegron cuts Humberto. He screams in pain as Stegron pulls his face toward him. Their lives were the only good part of me. When they died, the good in me died as well. Killing Briggs won't bring me peace, but it will bring my family peace. Stegron throws Humberto into the air and continues to walk towards the blockade, completely decimating it. We cut back to the security room in Briggs Industries as Briggs looks down as he just saw Humberto get destroyed by Stegron. We see Eva and Vicente about to get to the 45th floor as they see 2 guards notice them in the elevator. The doors open up and the guards point their guns on them. Put your hands up in the air now! Vicente and Eva put their hands in the air, and as a guard is about to grab Vicente's arm, the building shakes as Stegron is starting to destroy the building. Vicente takes this opportunity to grab the guard's gun and knock him out. The other guard is about to fire at Vicente, but Eva comes in and kicks him to the ground, knocking him out. Eva and Vicente run to the camera room to see Briggs sitting. Mr. Briggs, you have to come with us right now. Why should I? Because if you don't, you're going to die to a dinosaur who killed your security guards and is currently destroying your building. Alright. Vicente has a hold of Briggs and Eva texts Julian to tell them they got Briggs. Julian receives it and texts back saying that they're on their way. Alright, it's time for phase 2. Phase 2? Yep. You're going to make us a serum. A serum for what? A serum to cure Stegron. Ah, well, one problem with that. Stegron is currently destroying my building. And that's why Humberto's keeping him busy. Oh, really? Well, your plan better work because Humberto is currently MIA. Vicente stops and Eva turns around confused. Stegron threw Humberto into the sky. Vicente and Eva look upset, but they brush it off and they head down the stairs to the other side of the building where Gloria and Julian are waiting for them. Alright, Mr. Briggs, let's get you to work. Julian gives Briggs a piece of paper that is the equation that will cure Stegron. Hate to break it to you, but I don't have the necessary resources to make this. Don't worry, Senor Briggs, we got it. Julian gives Briggs a bag that has the necessary items that he needs to make the cure. Everyone's inside the car and Gloria begins to drive. I suggest you get started. Briggs is hesitant but begins to work. Stegron breaks into Briggs' office but sees he's not there. Stegron gets angry and roars. He sniffs the air and gets Briggs' scent and moves towards the smell. We cut to a construction site as you see Humberto crash into it and is badly hurt. He is unconscious and he is not moving at all. He then hears a familiar voice. Mi hijo. Humberto opens his eyes to see his parents standing in the same clothes he saw them in when he last saw them in New Mexico. Mama? Papa? Humberto walks towards his parents. Is this real? It is, but it isn't. Humberto hugs his parents. Lo siento por todo. You have nothing to be sorry for. But if I didn't touch the crystal, I would be with you guys right now. And Vincent would still be on his rampage to kill Briggs. I can't stop him. Not by yourself. Eva, Julian, Gloria, and Vicente are helping you hold him off. But only you can end it. Isaac puts his hand on Humberto's shoulder. We may not be with you physically, but we are always here. Isaac points his finger towards Humberto's heart. We are so proud of the man you have become. Go save your family. Humberto wakes up and the crystal is glowing, turning his skin orange and healing all the wounds Humberto experienced from fighting Stegron. Humberto flies into the air, ready to save his family. Cut back to the rest of the family as we see Gloria driving and Julian is guiding her on where to go, as Briggs is still working on the serum. Briggs, how are we looking on that serum? You do realize that asking me that question every 5 seconds isn't making the process go any faster. Jesus Christ, how long, Briggs? I need a few more minutes. Just then, Stegron lands right behind him and everyone is panicked. Ah, shit. Vicente grabs the gun that he took from the guard and begins to fire at Stegron. That won't do anything to him, abuelo. But it might as well just slow him down. Briggs! I need a few more minutes. Well, we might not have a few more minutes. Mom, turn left now. Gloria turns left and her doing so causes a small traffic which slows down Briggs. We're not going to make it much farther. How many rounds do you have left? Only 15 rounds left. That's not going to do shit. Shut up and finish the serum. Julian, we need to find a way to get away from him. Oh, hey, Lucas. Are you seriously on the phone right now? Yeah, I'm kind of busy right now, but how about I call you later, alright? Alright, later. Bye. He hangs up the phone and Eva looks at him. What? You just answered a call from your boyfriend, which we are definitely going to talk about, while we were being chased by Stegron. Talk about timing? Where am I going? Next intersection, turn right, that's going to lead us up, and it's going to be hard for Stegron to get up to us. Just then, Stegron hits the car, making it flip over. Stegron roars and destroys cars that are right next to him, and he focuses back to what he is meant to do. In the car, Gloria's seatbelt is stuck, and Julian and Eva get out of the car as Vicente pulls Briggs out of the car. Everyone alright? Yeah, I'm good. Let me pull your mother out of the car. Vicente goes as Eva grabs hold of Briggs. Hey, is the serum good? I'm fine, thank you for asking. Answer her question. Briggs checks the percentage of the serum. It's 90% complete. Okay, so we gotta hold off Stegron for a few more minutes. How hard can that be? Very. Vicente brings Gloria over to Julie and Eva. She hugs her children to make sure they are fine. Oh, thank God you're both alright. Just then, they hear Stegron's roar, and Vicente comes up with an idea. Alright, I'll lead him away so the serum can get complete. No, you're not. You only have 15 bullets left. That's just enough to distract him. No, I'll do it. I have a better chance at surviving. Just then, Julian sees Humberto fly across the sky. Don't worry, I think he's got it. The group look up into the sky to see Humberto flying in. Stegron sees Humberto and begins to charge towards the group, and Humberto then comes charging in with the Triceratops horn head, impaling Stegron. Humberto lands on the ground, turning back to normal, and he looks at a confused and angered Stegron. How? Just like you, I leveled up. Humberto turns his eyes into Tyrannosaurus eyes to see where he punctured Stegron. He turns his head back to normal as Stegron gets back up. Must kill Briggs. Stegron charges towards Humberto, and Humberto counters it by using the Brachiosaurus tail to send Stegron a few blocks away from him. Eva, Julian, Gloria, Vicente, and Briggs come running towards Humberto. Humberto! Am I late to the party? A couple seconds ago would have been better? Well, what are you gonna do? How's the serum coming? The serum's nearly complete. Alright, you guys get to cover. I'll hold him off. You sure you got this? Of course I do. Stegron gets back up and begins to run towards Humberto, and Humberto flies towards Stegron, and they both hit each other. Stegron jumps into the air, about to punch Humberto, but before he does, Humberto forms Stegosaurus armor that launches him out of the way, and he flies and stops to form his Stegosaurus armor on his back to penetrate Stegron. Stegron falls to the ground, and Humberto jumps into the air and forms Stegosaurus plates on his feet, and he lands atop Stegron, doing more damage. Stegron grabs Humberto's leg and slams it on the ground multiple times until Humberto makes his tail grab Stegron's leg, and he spins around and around until Stegron grabs Humberto's neck, and neither one of them are able to let go of each other. Humberto begins to turn back to normal until Vicente shoots Stegron in the face, making him lose focus. Humberto sees his chance to fly toward Vicente and the others. Nice shot. Well, I'm out of bullets now. But worry no longer, because the serum's complete. Alright, give it to me. At first, Briggs is hesitant, but he gives Humberto the serum. Alright, now how are you going to give him the serum? Humberto looks at Vicente, and Vicente nods at him and walks towards Briggs. Vicente grabs Briggs and snaps his leg, and he falls to the ground. Ow! What the hell? Just then, Briggs hears Stegron's roar, and Stegron begins to run through the debris, and he sees Briggs, and he immediately grabs him and picks him up into the air. Briggs is trying to punch Stegron, but none of the punches do anything to him. Stegron has a face of nothing but anger as he looks at Briggs. Curl! Just as Stegron is about to bite Briggs' head off, Humberto flies in, knocking Stegron to the ground, and Humberto launches himself to Stegron and hits him with the serum. No! Stegron begins to turn back to normal as the power that was inside of him drains away until all that's left is the human Vincent Stegron. Stegron looks at himself and is scared and angry. No. Please, I need to avenge my family. Stegron breaks down in tears thinking about all the stuff he has done. Humberto walks towards Stegron and puts his hands on him. I know you miss them, but just because they aren't here physically doesn't mean they're not still in your heart. And I promise you, Briggs will pay for this. Stegron looks at Humberto and nods. Just then, the police arrive to arrest Stegron, and Humberto flies away back to where his family is. He lands, and Julian goes to hug him. Dude, you did it! No, we did it. The family see ambulances come to help Briggs up on his feet, and they take him in the ambulance and drive away. Eva looks at Humberto. Hey, you should fly out of here. What do you mean? There are people here who kind of need some help, so maybe you should help them. Yeah, good point. Humberto flies away to help people as the screen fades to black. We cut to Shady Acres 3 days later, and as we see Humberto visit Vicente at the cafeteria, and they are sitting next to each other. What do the nurses say? Not much, just a few cuts. I'll live. How are you feeling? I'm alright. I stopped my first supervillain, so according to Julian, that makes me an official superhero now. Oh, Jesus Christ. I just want to say thank you for helping us. It was the least I could do to right or wrong. When I find my parents, I'll tell my dad what you did. No, it's best I do it myself. I'll explain everything for what I did to him and hope he'll forgive me. He might. Thank you. For what? For showing me the importance of family again. Vicente puts his hand out and Humberto shakes his hand. We cut to Briggs Industries later that night as we see Briggs enter his office with the cast on his leg. He goes to serve himself some liquor until he hears Humberto's voice. So you're really gonna act like nothing happened? He turns around to see Humberto sitting in his suit. Well, I guess moving forward with life means to sometimes act like nothing happened. Because of you, all this happened. Amelia and Kyle Stegron's death, Stegron going crazy, my parents' disappearance. But it doesn't just stop there, does it? What do you mean? Don't play dumb. Eva found funding charts that were given to you to make Briggs Industries possible. Your benefactor funded you to make illegal experiments on yourself. And what are these supposed illegal experiments? Matter manipulation. Briggs' face turns to nervousness. Your benefactor funded you money so you can make illegal experiments on yourself to change anything into anything. But that's not the reason you used the benefactor's money originally, is it? Your uncle was dying, and your benefactor knew him. So to help you, they funded you money to save him, but that money failed. When he died, you were on your own. So you just made experiments on yourself to extend your money branch and sell it to the highest bidder. But when Stegron found out about this, you sent a hitman to kill him, but failed and got his family killed. You started all this to save your uncle, and here we are now. But the main thing I don't get is why Stegron and my parents were involved with this. Humberto stands up and walks towards Briggs. Where did you send my parents? Briggs refuses to look Humberto in the eyes. You used to be a man of honor. So was your uncle. How do you think he would feel about you not being an honorable man? When Stegron told your mother what I did, she knew I had to be stopped. So I knew the only way to stop your parents was to send them somewhere far away. I had them sent to New York, and after a week I sent them, I lost contact with my men that were with them. I don't know what happened to them, but I do know they were in New York. Humberto begins to walk toward the window and begins to fly. Why did you save me? Sometimes forgiving people that have affected your life is the best way to honor the ones you've lost. Just then, there is a knock on Briggs' door. Briggs looks at the door to reveal that the police are coming in. He looks back to see where Humberto was and sees that he's gone. The police break in and point their guns to Briggs. Jeremy Briggs, on the ground now! What is this about? Jeremy Briggs, you're under arrest for the death of Amelia and Kyle Stegron and a conspiracy of illegal experimentation. Briggs puts his hand up in the air and the cops arrest him. We cut to the next day in Gloria's house as we see Eva and Julian watching the news talking about Briggs being arrested. Gloria and Humberto come downstairs. Briggs being arrested is all over the news. Well, that's something. They're not just talking about that. Julian looks at Humberto. What? Julian changes the channel to Good Morning America and they are talking about the battle between Humberto and Stegron. Wow, 2 times in the past 2 weeks and I'm on the news. Yeah, but look at what they're calling you. Reptile. I don't like that. Yeah, same. Make that 3. I mean, it's not that bad. But how about a name that represents us, like Reptil? Reptil is Spanish for reptile. Yeah, but it sounds cooler. He does make a good point. Well, I should be going. Julia, Eva, Gloria, and Humberto go outside. Are you sure you can do this by yourself? Yeah. I think you guys have had enough excitement for a while. But it was fun. And by fun, you mean dangerous. Yeah, pretty much. So, where are you gonna go? Well, after doing some research, I found out that when my parents got to New York, Briggs gave them a safe house. So I'll just live there for a while. Alright, well, call us when you get there. I will, don't worry. And if you need us, call and we'll come and help you fight some bad guys. Maybe. Humberto hugs Gloria, Eva, and Julian one by one and says goodbye to them. I love you guys. Love you too. Humberto waves for one final time and launches himself into the air as his arms turn into pterodactyl wings and he flies away and the screen cuts to black. Our first post-credit scene has a man watching TV about Humberto when he gets a phone call. The man picks up the phone and answers. Yes. Mr. Drake, I'm assuming you've seen the news. The man is revealed to be Carlton Drake, played by Michael Imparoli. Yes, I have, Dr. Malice. Have you cleared the Life Foundation's ties to Briggs? We cut to the other side of the phone and we see Dr. Carl Malice, played Jamie Bell, looking at a computer. Yes, sir. All the fundings we supplied Briggs these past 5 years have been erased from the face of the earth. Good. Now set our eyes on the continuation of Operation Dig Out. Yes, sir. However, do you believe it's wise when we now may have the boy possibly interfering? Don't worry. When the time comes, the boy will be just what we need. Drake hangs up the phone and looks back at the TV to look at Humberto as the crystal shines bright as we cut to black. Our end credits scene shows Eva and Julian walking on the street. So are you planning on seeing Lucas tonight? Yeah, but I don't really know how I'm going to explain what he saw in the news. Just come up with an excuse like you tell Mom. Like, remember when you... Just then, Eva stops as she begins to grab her head. Eva, what's wrong? I don't know, my head is pulsing like crazy. Eva falls to the ground in pain and Julian runs to her aid. Eva screams as her eyes glow purple and a blast of energy comes out of her hands. The both of them look confused as the screen cuts to black.
Hey everybody, it's Adrian Manray, and thank you so much for watching Reptil. I did not write this story nor voiced it, I just simply edited it. The man behind this amazing story, however, is one amazing ReyesReviews. Make sure to check out his channel, and he has a lot of stuff going on his channel. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to JT Videos for mainline RMCU and side projects content. And this is Adrian Manray, and I'll be signing off, and I'll be seeing you guys real soon. Take it away.